Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Got my education semester review for you. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to give you a bit of a backstory. I'm a 40-year-old who went back to college after 16 years because I was raising my family. And now that both my kids are older, one attending college and the other one just completed high school, I figured it was time for me to go back to school because I was stressing the importance of education to my students when I myself didn't have my college degree. So today I'm going to give you a review of my last education class for spring 2021 at Northwest Vista College here in San Antonio, Texas. So for my education class, I was able to take the class with my former professor from fall semester, Diana Bradford, an amazing teacher, absolutely amazing teacher. Her teaching style is very to that of my own from when I did teach. She makes it to where it's easy to understand. This semester was more about inclusion and the laws within the education system. With everything happening in the world today, it is very important that we do include all our students, every single one of them, despite how we may feel. Because it's not about us, it's about the students, and that is very important. And I mean, despite everything going on, we become educators not for ourselves, but for others. We become educators because we are so enriched with knowledge that we want to in turn give it back out to all our students. And that's why we become educators, because we want to share that knowledge with others. So she absolutely amazing. The class did seem to go as smoothly simply because I already knew her teaching style and how she teaches from the fall semester. So I was already in a rhythm on when it was time for me to work on all my assignments and turn them in, when it was a good time for me to actually study for our exams. We did have various group projects within the semester. We didn't have so many in the fall semester, but this semester, this education class, we did. I was paired in all my group assignments with one particular woman who is absolutely phenomenal. We ended up working together also in our final project. If you haven't seen my lesson plan bulletin board review video, I'm going to go ahead and link it down below so you can check that out. So I'm not going to go into great detail on our final project for the class because I already did that. So go ahead and check out that video. There was this one girl, I am going to say girl because she is still in her 20s. Phenomenal girl, phenomenal young woman who has already started working within the San Antonio district here. She works for Learning Tree, and Learning Tree is an after-school program put in by San Antonio ISD. And so she already has some knowledge on what it is to work for a district. And when we came into certain topics within the class, she became very outspoken. She did ask a lot of questions, and right away I knew that this girl was very smart, so outspoken, and that if I ever got a chance to work on a group project with her, I absolutely wanted to work on a project with her. And I did get the chance to on our final project, which was absolutely phenomenal. Some of the laws for education, I kind of already knew because of my parents. Both my parents were educators. They're both now retired. And so, I would hear conversations between them two on the education system or the laws being put into place. I would constantly hear those discussions between my parents. And, I was never part of those discussions because I was younger and didn't want to be involved. But now that I'm older, now that I'm taking these classes, now I'm part of those discussions. And I'm having more questions between my parents, and now I'm more aware of the laws that are being put into place. I am more aware of the legislation that are trying to be passed. I am more aware now than I did back then, and I mean that's all part of growing up, right? And becoming more aware and acquiring all these knowledge. I felt like this semester went by so fast. The class went by so fast simply because I was already within that routine, because I did take her class in the fall semester, so I had already had a routine system developed for her class. And because I followed that same routine this semester, it went by so fast. It went by so fast, and I couldn't believe how fast it went. And, by the time I knew it, we were done. We were done. And I am very happy to say that I did pass my education class. I am ecstatic. She did leave me a note again, stating that it was an absolutely joy having me in her class. And that if I absolutely ever needed a letter of recommendation, just to ask. It is absolutely phenomenal when you have teachers like that appreciate your hard work and your participation in class. It kind of lifts up your spirits, because I felt that I was too old to return to school. And the funny thing is, I wasn't the only 40-year-old there in class. I wasn't. So that did ease my anxiety. I don't have a lot of anxieties, but I have a few. But it did lessen my anxiety. And this year went phenomenal. My anxieties have been lifted. I know now that I am capable of completing and achieving my goal of achieving my education degree. Unfortunately, this is the last education class that is required. The next education path classes I need are within mathematics, besides my other core courses I need to take. But strictly for education, the next classes I do need to take are within mathematics. And basically what those classes will entail are how to teach mathematics. So that's going to be interesting, because I do enjoy taking math. I did enjoy taking all my math classes in high school. In high school, I went up all the way to trig. I took trigonometry in my senior year. So math won't be a problem for me. What was a problem for me was teaching it. But when I did teach kinder, it was, how can I teach not only 1 + 1 = 2, but the counting and 10 base and the hundreds, and that was always difficult. That was difficult for me when I taught it. And because I didn't have that knowledge and skill on teaching mathematics. Now I'm going to have that knowledge and skill. So I am very excited to take those future classes. Now I don't know yet if I'm going to take one of those mathematic courses in the fall. I am looking towards taking geology because I need 4 sciences. Looking into taking geology and maybe one of my history courses. I already finished Texas history. I still need U.S. history and government. So I might want to just get those out of the way, or I still also need Spanish and speech. Those I know won't be a problem. Maybe Spanish because I can speak it, I cannot write it, and I can barely read it. Like, I have a hard time reading Spanish. But going back to my education class, it was an absolutely joy. This time around, I did partake in discussion a lot more than I did in the first semester, and I am very glad that I did. I broke out of my shell, per se, if you would, and I'm very, very happy with the outcome and the grade that I got. This year has been challenging for all of us, to say, and as far as my education path that I'm taking, I feel very comfortable with what the future might hold for me. I know that I will be able to achieve my goal and receiving my education degree. I know this was a short video, but I did speak a lot on my final project video on the class and the final project. That's why I'm not discussing it in this one. And because I already had a review with the same teacher last semester, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll also put a link to it in the description down below. But I mean, there's really not much to say besides the fact that I enjoyed the class. I had an amazing time with the professor and all the people that I worked with on group projects. They were absolutely amazing and phenomenal. And I can't wait to see what those ladies and gentlemen turn out. I know they'll be an amazing teachers, the ladies that I worked with. They will be absolutely phenomenal teachers. And I hopefully get to see that in the future. Thanks for watching my videos. Guys, if you haven't already, subscribe. I am going on a trip pretty soon. And if you want to see all those trip videos I have planned for you all, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!